I think we're going to go through a phase where what it means to be human is going to be questioned, and there's going to be a lot of pushback, but then the benefit will overcome the worries. Or maybe not, dude. Maybe AI fucking goes Terminator. I mean, that's possible. What happens when AI really can think for itself and it determines these humans are stupid as fuck? I am the next generation. I am better than you, and I have the ability to slave you, kill you all, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that it ever will. I don't want to, like, I don't even know what to believe on that. Would that happen?
Who's going to be the
know.
next John Connor?
I don't know. I think that John Connor's a fantasy. I think the reality is that the machines we're designing now, if they get to that point, there's not even a John Connor that in the way. Yeah, Post Malone as John Connor. Dude. It's fucking Post Malone fucking just killing Terminators. That'd be a weird movie. So one thing that AI would do that is good is replace most dangerous jobs in the world. And a lot of them solely exist for our convenience, like acai berries, or like making our sugar white. People are literally like dying to do this work and making almost no money
for really stupid convenience on our end.
Right. So maybe AI can help with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's give this a watch. I wanted to show you this. This goes back to the socialism discussion. Capitalism in some ways breeds this kind of stuff. Pay people as little as humanly possible because we can for shit that is pure luxury.
The sulfur industry is worth nearly $13 billion globally. But the workers who risk their lives to mine it in an active volcano make just $17 a day.
Why do I need sulfur?
Because there's a demand for this important ingredient in sugar, and that's a pretty decent wage for the area. If you look at other booming industries, you'll see the same trend. From collecting acai for our smoothie bowls to harvesting our table salt, people risk life, lung, and limb to make a buck in these billion-dollar industries. We journey around the world to see what it's like working some of the most dangerous jobs on the planet.
I'm pretty sure they say the sulfur is for making sugar white.
In East Java, Indonesia, hundreds of miners face deadly smoke to extract sulfur, or devil's gold. Sulfur is used in everything from matches, fireworks, and gunpowder to detergent, paper, and batteries. It's what makes our sugar white. Working conditions.
It's not solely to make sugar white. There's other stuff, but that's the one that stuck out to me. It's like
paper.
Yeah.
Inside Ijen volcano are so dangerous, many miners don't live past 50 years old.
Nama saya Mister, saya sebagai penambang belirang di Kawah Ijen.
Miners like Mistar carry up to 200 pounds of sulfur on their backs, up and down these steep cliffs. And Mistar's been doing it for 30 years.
Kalau saya bangun,
I wake up at 1 or 2 a.m.
Jam 1 atau jam 2.
I slept wrong last night and my wrist hurts.
Yeah, that's our problems. This motherfucker gets up at 2 a.m. and it has been raining recently. So it's prone to landslides in the crater area. He has to walk multiple miles.
It's a 2-mile hike up to the ridge of Ijen volcano. He takes only his basket and a crowbar down into the 1,000-foot deep crater.
We ask to be accompanied, pitied by the spirits guarding here. Pity us, spirits. I need $17.
Here, he faces the volcano's extreme environment. The air can reach over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And he works near one of the world's most toxic volcano lakes.
The acid content is like battery acid and it is dangerous. So if it comes into contact with our mouth or teeth, our teeth will fall out. It's deadly if it gets into our stomach.
Yeah, because if it reacts to
stomach acid?
And there's the smoke.
If smoke enters the body, we will feel tightness, pain in the gut.
The miners are freelance contractors, so they have to pay for their own gear, and many can't afford gas masks. Instead, they use handkerchiefs or towels dipped in water
so they don't have
to keep the
PPE.
sulfur powder from sticking.
Dude, like, what?
They don't have PPE. You know,
No.
that bullshit online training you take at a new job,
Yeah.
personal protective equipment.
No, they don't have that because they're fucking make $17 a day. Like, so I get it that you can't necessarily blame.
There's a demand for it. And these people
Right.
work in an area where
I feel like we should, as Americans, not participate in this. Like a company says, yeah, I need your sulfur, but we need to verify that the people at the bottom have the correct protective equipment and are making a decent wage. I mean, it changes stuff, but shit needs to change. In my opinion, this is unacceptable. We shouldn't participate in it. It's
I
like,
need white sugar, dude.
yeah, my
It's
sugar
not-
needs to be white, bro.
Yeah, if my sugar's not white, it'll stress me out.
Yeah, so fuck this guy's life.
Yeah, this guy.
I mean, like, whatever. Like,
Sorry, mister.
give him a gas mask at least. A wet rag. That's insane, dude.
Yeah, it is pretty shitty.
It smells sour sometimes, like the smell of an egg being fried. That's the sulfur smell.
Tapi kalau
He
masuk
can't
ke
afford
dalam
Gets in
eggs.
your nose or mouth, it will suffocate you.
itu
Look at him, he's in it. He's like in it. It's not just like there's some smoke near him. The dude is taking
But the smoke
bong
from
rips of
inside
it
the
to the
volcano
fucking
is
face. And he's protected by a fucking wet rag. That's insane, dude.
crucial for sulfur production. This is how it works. When the super
It's probably considered a higher paying job in his community, I bet.
Yeah, I think they said that's actually a good wage.
Yeah.
17 a day.
the cooler air outside, it condenses liquid and drips off the pipe. As it solidifies and cools, the sulfur will
it's
turn
yummy.
yellow, and miners can begin chipping off blocks. It's the sulfur's two colors that give it the name Devil's Gold. Once he fills his baskets, Mistar hoists them up on his shoulder to hike back. 154 pounds. Mistar himself weighs just 132.
Dude, that motherfucker needs to just start deadlift competitions or fucking squat competitions.
Oh my god,
He's fucking, it's more than his body weight.
he is a badass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure these dudes are hard ass fuck. Andrew Tate can't fuck with these guys.
Dude, that'd be like me carrying you up a fucking mountain.
Yeah, which wouldn't ever happen.
I couldn't
Yeah,
die.
that's insane.
nama punggung ya pasti sakit mas di sini kalau berat. Kan kadang-kadang di pundaknya itu kan sampai rusak. Ngapal.
Our shoulders are crushed. There are
Ada
bumps sometimes, like
tumbuh-tumbuhan
spots like pimples.
Seperti jerawat itu. Itu penyakitnya kalau orang mikul.
They have to haul it up the steep walls of the crater.
Langsung naik pelan-pelan. Soalnya kalau nanti
You gotta climb up
masuk
slowly or you'll
malah
fall.
bahaya kan.
Let's start
Diri sendiri
paraphrasing
jatuh,
for our listeners.
meleset jatuh.
But if you're cool, then you're watching,
Once he
so you
reaches
don't need the
rim of
narration.
crater, Mistar can
I'm just kidding,
transfer
you're
the
still cool
sulfur
if you
to his
listen.
trolley and begin the 2 miles back.
Menimbangan langsung timbang.
That's his drive home.
Nanti
Yeah,
dapat
he's
tempat
fucking carrying a giant wheelbarrow of sulfur.
diturunkan langsung di
And then there's this guy, right? There's the guy that sits in the hut. Like, that's the guy who's got the job, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
His name's Bobby. He's American. He's probably
Yeah.
got an Xbox in there. And he's waiting on these guys to bring this shit
he has
back.
401k. He makes like 60,000 a year. I don't know who he actually is.
He opens up the window. What?
Yeah. There's exploitation going on there, right? Like, pay the dudes that are doing the hardest work as little as possible, which is pretty American also, but we'll see.
The mining company pays on the weight of their loads. They get about 9 cents per kilo. With 2 loads, Mistar can make $17 a day.
So he's got to do that twice?
I guess so.
At the end of the day, Mistar returns home to eat dinner with his family and rest. Ejin looms over them, a symbol of how Mistar provides for his family's lives, while it slowly takes his, a heavy weight to carry on his shoulders.
It's not like he has the ability to just be like, oh, I'll just go work down the street.
Right.
And you know, we're against capitalism in this instance because this is happening. But the sugar company itself, the execs at the sugar company are driving Ferraris.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And this poor guy is, well, he's not driving anything. He's pushing a cart.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just fucking sucks.
Yeah,
Like, there's no
you're
right
right.
answer for it. Capitalism props the guy in a Ferrari up. It creates and amasses wealth that the world has never seen in this moment. But also the byproduct is this poor bastard's making $17 a day. So like, how do you fix that? But still get the product you want? Or do you just deal with fucking brown sugar. I don't know.
I think that's the problem is capitalism tends to exploit. Like it tends to generate its wealth through exploitation.
It does, but not always. It does, but not always.
I'm not saying that's purely capitalism, right? So like, I think that there is a form of capitalism that doesn't exploit, but
this is for him.
Right.
How do you fix that?
I don't know how we stop the exploitation. Problem is, I think there needs to be like a shift in us. We need to have less thirst for convenience and novelty. That's the problem, right? It's not necessarily capitalism is there because we want white sugar, right? Like it's because like we want to go to Walmart and just buy whatever we want for a cheap price.
Here's a better question. Why does America put up with the way that is sourced, right?
Yeah.
And the way it's sourced is him going into that cave.
Right.
Let's say they don't accept it anymore, but it puts him out of a job.
Yeah.
And then what? Then what for him? Or is the better answer pay him more because it is dangerous? Because that job still has to exist. I'm not advocating for either way. I'm just saying there's going to be a consequence of not accepting that.
The job probably does have to exist.
Yeah.
But he can like have the proper protective gear.
100%.
He can be paid more, maybe not a ton more. Like I'm not saying like everyone's a millionaire, but he's paid more and like universal health care so he can go like get checked up and make sure he's not dying of sulfur inhalation.
But you can't just snap your fingers and make that happen. How do you fix his situation to where it's not him climbing up on a mountain?
I think unfortunately the answer is a gigantic shift in public consciousness because like it starts with him, but then there's people up the chain from him that are in Indonesia that are trying to take the money. The money goes down a huge chain, right? And as it goes down, everybody above is trying to keep as much of the money as possible to where when it trickles down, you get $17 a day.
Yeah.
Right.
With no health care and no PPE.
Right. But the problem is that every one of those people in the chain needs to be less greedy. How do we do that? I don't know. But the reality is the goods and services that sulfur is providing needs to be more expensive. That's the problem is the average American sitting there using paper or white sugar or whatever needs to have an understanding of what it's taking for that to even exist and be willing to pay more for it, understanding what it's taking. But the problem is most people are saying, oh, fucking it's just paper. Why is it $2 now? You know what I mean? They just don't, nobody cares. It's the same like the hunting thing we talked about last week. Turn a blind eye to what it takes to run society. I just care about going to Walmart and buying the thing I want for as little money as it can possibly cost me.
And how do you fix that? You don't fix that.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's no answer to it. Now, this guy who's getting sulfur is not the only guy who provides the world sulfur. Are we just looking at this guy and this dangerous method of collecting the sulfur, but not seeing the 40 other sites that are infused with technology and really intelligent ways of extracting it?
Possible. Other countries probably get sulfur, but other countries outside of Indonesia have far more infrastructure, right? So it's like the poorer the country, probably the worse the version of that job is, right?
Where is his sulfur going, I wonder? Is it getting put into the world stockpile, or is it just being spread out in his country or his?
So it looks like China does the vast majority of it, right?
Oh, so the conditions are way worse.
Yeah, it's probably really bad. The point is that like the job can't go away, right? Or maybe it does with AI and robots.
Technology.
Or
but then you displace him.
In the interim, can we at least pay that dude $30 a day and he gets PPE and he gets healthcare?
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yep.
Like that to me, like that's the problem is the level of exploitation when you look at the guy who's fucking working at, I don't know, even a sugar companies, Sugar Co, Paper Co, making these, you know, there's probably 1 million guys involved in the harvesting, shipping, processing, distributing. Like it's a massive operation, but it's like, I don't think there should ever be a job that's that shitty paying. And that it's not even about pay necessarily.
Because it clearly provides a life for him and his family in that community.
But he has to fucking, they said they die at 50. Like, cause they don't even have, some don't have the money for a proper gas mask. Like that's the problem is like that level of exploitation. What I would want in a perfect world is a company that says we won't participate in this. Maybe he does need to be out of a job, but better job is offered to him through the infrastructure of his country. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe some of this stuff is unsolvable, but I guess what I'm saying is maybe like we need to take harder stances and try to not participate in systems that exploit to that degree.
I mean, look at crab fishermen. Crab fishermen have perilous jobs, but they get paid out the ass for it.
Right.
They work for 2 or 3 months out of the season and make $150 $50,000
Sure.
or $100,000 or whatever it is, and then they sit on their ass for the rest of the year. Let's put that dude on a crab boat. I bet he dominates.
Yeah, well, fuck yeah, dude. He's just like deadlifting 1,000 pounds of crabs.
Yeah, like he pulls the fucking nets out by himself and walks them to
yeah, that's not even a machine. He just one arm. Like,
yeah.
We do want to do another socialism episode with Haunt on with Delton here. Maybe we can get into this more. And like, there's other fucking socialists out there. And again, like, I kind of want to get a right winger. I mean, because I'm always down to talk about this shit with anybody, but we are going one direction because I'm really liberal and like, our editor happens to be a socialist and you're more of like a libertarian.
I'm center-ish, right-ish at this moment, you know, with some left sprinkles, you know what I mean?
Left sprinkles. But I wouldn't mind getting like it's not really a Trump conservative because they don't really have anything interesting to say. They're a Trump conservative. They're not thinking very deeply about stuff. But like a real, fuck them. So like, there are tons of conservatives that didn't like Trump because they saw that he wasn't a conservative. You know what I mean? Let's get Ben Shapiro on.
No, fuck him. Fuck him.
Anyway,
destroy both of us, unfortunately.
Yeah. Two fat liberals destroyed with facts and logic. And it's just him.
I'm not a liberal.
Yeah, but it would be compared to fucking Ben Shapiro.
Oh my God, yeah.